and welcome back. This is episode 167 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where we've been playing lots of Assassin's Creed 2.
Why are you talking like that? Why am I talking like that?
Oh God! I can't stop! Is this racist?
How can it be racist? I'm a Japanese. We were allies in the war. Mussolini was a good buddy.
But we've got to do the show! Snap out of it! Hey! Alright. I'm Tobin Kozair.
It's me, Yuzo. Stop. Okay. Alright, we're good now. Okay,
we're better.
Alright, this week we are covering Resident Evil, the Darkside Chronicles, and Assassin's Creed 2.
Hey! Stugats!
Dude!
Alright, our new releases include the Borderlands DLC, Left 4 Dead 2, the God of War collection, and what? You dick. Seen it? Twilight?
You have to play it.
I kill you! Alright, but let's get started with Assassin's Creed 2. You can see that it has inspired us.
Oh yeah, being in Italy for the past Tuscan sun.
Sneak up behind your glass.
I'm gonna do some free running all over your glass, man. There's
Assassin's Creed 2. Yeah, hit A.
That's all I gotta
die.
do. So Assassin's Creed 2.
So the history of Assassin's Creed with NooBTooB is a long and inglorious one.
Yeah, if you go back to episode 80, you
Sure.
basically see our review of it, and we were not kind.
We were not kind at all. And since then, we've mocked Assassin's Creed a lot for being repetitive, for being unimaginative,
for being a lot of really stupid game design decisions, as far as like being able to have to walk really slow on your horse, crossing guards.
So there was a whole bunch of things, and Assassin's Creed 2.
Do you think they listen to us? Do you think they watch the episode and saying like, "Oh, we gotta change"?
Totally. I think that NooBTooB is completely and utterly responsible for the revamp of Assassin's Creed 2. I think they actually played that episode over and over again
on a screen
to the 450 employees that made this game, and they're just like, we have to make Tobin and Yuzo happy.
Yes. Absolutely. And you know what they did?
They did.
They did a really good job. Because, like, our biggest thing was about repetition. Like, you get 4 different things to do. You get to, like, investigate someone, which was a really dumb concept.
No.
Kill somebody. A few other things, right? But, like, holy shit.
Literally, every complaint I had about the first one has been fixed. It is difficult to know where to start because this is one of the biggest games I've ever played in my life.
Well, I would like to, just the sheer amount of crap to do.
Yes.
Right? Because, like, you start out with 4... and now there's 40. Yeah. Like something up to the level. There are races that you can do. There are assassination attempts. There are courier missions.
Yep.
There are going up to finding all the spires. They had that in the last game.
Yeah, the spires. There's finding all the treasure in the thing.
Finding all the tombs.
Yeah, the assassination missions are excellent. Like the little side, the tombs. That's a whole thing to talk about.
Yeah,
so basically,
they've
built this world that is huge and engrossing and
very
wonderful
impressive.
and beautiful, and then you actually are entertained all the time. Mm-hmm. So, let's start at some points of it. So, you start out. You're this assassin. You're part of the assassins that are fighting the Templars back in the 15th century.
It's kind of the story from before. You're Desmond Miles. Like that was a big thing. You're Desmond Miles, and now it's really dumb. If you watch the whole thing, it's just like a standard Hollywood movie. It's like now you fear for your life. Now you fear for theirs. It's just all this BS, right?
But you know what's awesome?
What?
As soon as you go into the assassin, like you start out and you're just like, God damn it, you're in this futuristic thing where you're like jack into the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Like, I got to go back in time. Once you go back to the 15th century, you never go back into the future world.
Wasn't that one of our complaints? Because we were saying okay, I kind of like being this Altair guy, hang around. You get yanked back and you got to go talk to this woman. And you're just like, this is dumb.
And you're wandering around some generic sci-fi bullshit.
Yeah.
And in this one, it's like they'll give you voiceovers. They're like, oh, there's a glyph over on this building. You should go find it. There's a tomb over here. You should investigate it. Here's the history of this building or this artwork.
Yeah.
But you never get yanked back out of the game.
Yeah, and they do a really good job, too, because it's like when they say, okay, here's the glyph. Okay, now they're going to have this little kind of hazy thing. Here's all the secret stuff you get a video. But, remember how we were talking about like Ratchet & Clank and some of these other games where they say, well, you get a new weapon, you have this big video.
Yeah.
I feel like they do that with some of the very small elements, right? Yeah. Just like, you meet some guy, let's show his whole history, right? holy crap.
It's true. And the thing is a lot of it's based on historical accuracy. It's like, this guy was a member of this faction. They attacked this town. They attacked Florence. They defended this. You know, and it's like you can actually. My wife was joking about it. She's like, "Wow, I like that. Like the only way that they're ever going to teach you about Renaissance art is you're sitting there collecting it in fucking Assassin's Creed.
You're killing people for money.
Yeah.
Buying it so that you can make more money in your town later. Yeah, we got.
I was like, "Hey, I got the Mona Lisa."
Woo!
Yeah, and it's just like you actually buy the pieces of art. It tells you about them, and then they increase your town's value.
And they make puzzles out of it too. They're like, okay, here are these 4 Renaissance paintings. What's the commonality? You're like, I don't really care, but it's just like, oh, that's so and so, or that's so. It's just like, it's almost weird because they're gonna, like your wife said, like they're gonna trick you to learn all of this Renaissance history. It's just like, this is a warning. They should put a warning, like warning, education.
Right.
Inside.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, hey, you taught me something. Stop it. I was just wanting to kill people.
Fortunately, you can't actually apply any of the knowledge.
No,
really, unless
it's all useless.
You're trying to impress an Italian.
You can tell, I've traveled in Europe a bit, and you can tell that the game designers probably got to go and wander around a lot because there's just this feel where before I would kind of feel like, all right, I got to go do these bullshit, several missions over and over again, and it just kind of felt very trapped. I was like, I'm doing a couple of limited things. This one, I shit you not, I just wander.
Yeah.
I've been like wandering the streets. I'm like, I'm going to go buy a new weapon. Oh, I'm going to like kill that pickpocketer. Oh, I'm going to go over and then find a new vantage point.
Yep.
It's just like
look for feathers, look for more glyphs. I mean, again, like it just goes back to seriously, I think they almost put too much stuff.
Really?
Well, for me, because like I have a bit of an OCD complex when it comes to some of these things, right? Where I'm like, feather, glyph. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be going out killing somebody, right? And I'm like, I'm just wandering around. I look at my map. Oh my God, there's 5 hidden treasures near me, and I clear out the entire area.
But that's great.
So, like,
I mean, it's just like unless you're in a hurry to finish the game, it's just like
it's weird. Well, I mean, it is good because it gives me the flexibility. It's like I want to advance the story. I want to fuck around.
Yeah.
I want to advance the story. I want to read all of my little database entries about the various pieces of architecture in Italy, and I bet you some of it's probably real.
Oh yeah, I bet a lot
like
of it's
Palazzo so and so. Like
it's all probably there in Italy right now.
I kind of want to go to Italy now.
I know,
right?
What's funny is all these douchebags go and they go to Europe on these like Da Vinci Code tours, where they're like, I read the Da Vinci Code and I know the Templars over here. It's like if you went on an Assassin's Creed tour of Italy, that would be the funniest shit.
Dude, I got a pickpocket over here.
I jumped from the top of that into that fucking pile of hay.
Hey, Toby, let's go see if there's a glyph over here. That would be so... Dude, we should make a business.
Let's do a cruise. We'll do a NooBTooB cruise to go see the sites of Assassin's Creed in Italy. We'll make this happen.
We just need a few donations to make that happen.
Just a couple more.
That's
all we need. But so I didn't ever feel that there was too much. I actually was getting gleeful. Like I'm getting to the point where it's just like like you sit down to play for a couple hours a day. There'll be sometimes that I'll sit down for a couple hours and I won't do anything related to the plot.
Are you serious? Like none of the exclamation point was.
I'll just like I'm gonna go to this other town. I'm gonna start exploring. Let's talk about the tombs a little bit.
Okay, yeah, the tombs are different because like when they say they did a lot of additional stuff, these tombs are almost so different of a gameplay experience from the Assassin's Creed. Because normally, like, let's talk about Assassin's Creed for people that don't know about it, right? Assassin's Creed, you're a guy, it's an open world, kind of like GTA. Yeah. You killing people, basically.
Right. Basically. I mean, like, you're going around and at this point, you're fighting the Templars, so you're going around, you have to assassinate this guy, you have to go spy on this guy, and you're running around through the town doing what is some of the most fluid and well-done free-running I've ever seen in a game.
It's fluid, but to me, it's it's fluid, but it's not as bad as the first one. The first one, you hold down a button, and you do just about anything.
Sure.
They seems like they did add a bit more difficulty.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not as annoying, you know what I mean? So it's almost on the level of Uncharted to me.
Yeah.
Where you're doing the free running, where you're holding button, but it's like you have to actually time it, you have to do some different stuff.
Oh, and there's a lot of things where there's these huge towers you have to get up, and you have to actually find the path around them. I mean, it's not just...
Well, dude, the buildings are the hard one. Yeah. There's that one in the middle with the big dome, and I'm like...
Yeah, how the fuck do I get to the top of that? You're crawling it for 10 minutes, and sometimes I'll turn the camera and look down over the city, and I'll get like a little bit of sweat in my palms. I'm like, whoo, because I can't help myself. Like I'll be in a situation like that where I will picture myself doing what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Like I can't help it. So I'm climbing the building, I look down, and I'm just like,
one thing when I was playing this game, one thing that kept on coming back to me is just like I had the same sort of feelings when I was playing Crackdown.
Yes.
I did not feel that in Assassin's Creed 1. This so much, right?
Yeah.
Well, this one I'm like, okay, I'm finding feathers, I'm hearing,
Yeah.
Like, there's a treasure.
Where the fuck is that treasure?
Where the fuck is it? Right? It's just like, I need to buy a fucking art museum or art, art store. It's just like, where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
And then in the same thing where like that feeling of vertigo when you're climbing up and you finally make it to the top and you had been, you're taking like 5 minutes to get up to the top of these things. You're like looking down, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. And the eagle goes and flies away, and you're standing there over the town just looking down. And you're just
all I need is a car,
Yeah.
Just to throw off.
That's
all I want.
It's true. But the cool thing is, once you observe the town, then you do your swan dive, and you're just like,
Yes.
And that never gets old to me.
No,
like,
it does not.
It's just badass. Like, it's so liquid. Like, the whole game, it doesn't. You'll have one horribly long loading at the beginning of the level, which is really, really long, but you're loading a whole fucking town. Like, and it doesn't bother me.
And it's not that bad. Like, I don't know if you copied it to the hard drive, but I copied it to the hard drive, and it's long, but it's just like, I'll read one email.
Oh, I actually didn't even bother copying the hard drive, and it's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah,
so it's even faster. So I'm just saying, it's like, so they do a really good job there.
So what we were talking about, that was the overworld stuff.
Yes,
so then in the game, there's six assassins' tombs that you have to find and get the seal from, and basically that just flips the whole game on its head. There's not. All of a sudden, it's like it's Tomb Raider.
It's basically Assassin's Raider.
Yeah.
Or
Assassin's Creed Raider. Yeah.
Yes, Creed's Uncharted, Nathan something. I mean, it's the platforming. Granted, the platforming is not as good as Tomb Raider. It's not as good as some of the other ones.
Right.
But it's pretty cool to be able to change, because like basically, and it's an optional mission, not optional, but I don't know
if you have to collect all those things though. Like it's just to collect an armor set.
Yeah,
so
but
I'm not sure if you really
maybe you're super badass, right? At some point.
Yeah.
But it's just like you're going around. I'm killing, like you get kind of tired of killing dudes after a little while, right? And collecting shit. You're like,
the variety is really nice to have.
Yeah, and I just went over. I'm like, let me go do a tomb mission.
Yeah.
And then I spent the next half hour like climbing and doing stuff, and it's
neat. I mean, you actually like they'll have really large, intricate areas, and you have to actually chart your way through the whole thing. And then occasionally there'll be bad guys you have to fight and stuff. But it's mostly
bad guys. Oh yeah, the first one. That's right.
But I mean, it's mostly just the exploration of it, and it's awesome. Like once you get to the top, you're like, fuck yeah, I found that assassin's tomb. Like.
And they do some really cool stuff too. Because I remember when I was in the temple, not the temple, the whatchamacallit, the church, and like you would get a certain far through the thing, and all of a sudden you'd knock down a ladder.
Yeah.
So if you did fall off, you could just climb back up. So
up.
they're doing some good stuff there, considering.
Yeah. There's a lot of places where I felt that there could be a pain point that I'm just saying like stuff like that where you're just like, oh, that's nice.
The only pain point I had was initially when I was climbing some of the big stuff.
Yeah.
I would it felt to me very randomly. I would just jump off.
Yeah.
And that kind of bugged me for a little while, and then I figured out basically you don't touch the A button.
Yes, you never.
At all.
I did the exact same thing as you, because when you're free running through the city, you're just holding down the A button all the time. You're just like,
A button, right trigger, point.
And then you just run everywhere. But if you're climbing a building, you get your fucking thumb off that A button, and you just go up the building and
if it even comes close to touching it, you're like,
he'll just leap to his death. It's true.
And you got to start over, which kind of sucks.
And the little things are what killed me, like the little funny bits of dialogue.
Dialogue is really good.
Oh my god! There's when you meet your uncle or whatever it is,
and Mario,
Uncle Mario, and he's like, "It's a me, Mario." I just about like snarfed.
Yeah.
I think I was like, I did like a spit take.
It's total cheesy thing, but it's like something you don't expect, because for the most part it's pretty serious.
Yeah,
it's like, blah blah blah, my parents.
Which makes those moments so much better.
Yeah.
Because the voice acting is top notch.
Oh my god.
Absolutely every character is really well done.
Yeah.
So when they throw in these jokes, it makes it like 3 times funnier.
Yeah. Well, like when the mom says, this happens very early, when his mom says, it's like, what outlets? So they're like, I don't mean vaginas. It's just like, holy shit! Like, did she just say that?
I know.
And it's good, but I have to give a comment though. It's just like, the character animation, especially after seeing like Uncharted, is pretty shitty.
It is,
and I don't understand why. Because you look at Ezio when you're running around, and when you get close up, you like see his animation. It's just like he has the most intricate modeling and like texturing and everything. And then when you see his face and you're talking to him, he's just like flat.
Yeah.
I
was really curious about that. Like, I think what happened is the guy that was supposed to be designing the faces, like, was dicking off for the whole project. And then at the end, they're like, all right, we're about to ship. Like, give us the face animations. He's like, oh, about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been working on Uncharted. Like, I've just been taking the paycheck. Like, seriously, it looks like they didn't do fuck.
But they did such a good job. You look at the modeling of the city, and like 400 of the 450 people were city designers.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep.
Like,
it's true. So there's and like, just speaking of the little things, like when I was running through the buildings, like sometimes you'll fight a dude and the guards will be chasing after you.
Yeah.
I was climbing up this one building to get away from them. the guards started picking up rocks,
Yeah.
hucking them at me and knocked me off the building, like stuff like that. And if you're running through the city, there's these dudes just loots.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So
they'll
what's up with
be
them?
annoying the piss out of you.
Yeah.
They just want money. So like you can throw
Oh, that's
money.
what you do. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But here's what's funny is like for a while I would just reach in my pocket and throw some money whenever they came and annoyed me. I'm like, God, this is fucking annoying. But if you're walking, if you hold down A, you pick people's pockets. If you pick their pockets, they get pissed off and leave you alone.
Really?
It's awesome. It's awesome. So these guys are like, la, 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 la. You know, they start playing. I'm like, yoink, I took your fucking money. And they're like, God damn you. They like put their guitar away and just walk away.
I'll have to, because basically you're walking and they will stop you. So like it really pisses me off.
But take their money.
Why not?
Pickpocket their shit.
But
So,
I mean,
it's just full of moments like that where I'll be playing and just like I'll discover something like a new way to play or just like new things to explore.
But like so many different elements to the attitude. There's like stealth elements where you have to go and walk along with people. If you
That's
walk
cool.
too close to people, like guards, and they start noticing, you can just sit down next to somebody. You're like, boop.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
And you go the whole world goes gray. Like it shows you that you're in masked mode. Like you can kind of walk along with passersby. You can sit down. You can jump into hay bales. Do whatever.
And they have all these hiring mechanisms. So you can hire thieves, which will go and kill people for you. You can hire hoes.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome.
I know. I wish I could
how's
just
it
have
work?
like a gaggle of whores
Yeah.
with me all the time in real life that I could just sick on people. Like the cop is just like, you motherfucker, you were going 150 miles an hour. It's like whores on him, and it's just like, and then like any guards that are going to come after you, all of a sudden the whores are just like
Pretty much.
flashing boobies for boobies for newbies.
Or like you're in line for DMV. You're just like, hey, just like
Whores.
go whores.
Make this happen. I need my army of whores.
That would be pretty awesome. But they do cost a lot, 150 lira or whatever.
That's true.
So yeah,
that's true.
you know.
But I love it. There have been so many moments where it's just, like I'll come up against a situation where I don't want to dick around with these guys,
you
and
don't
I'll
wanna fight 'em or
buy
whatever.
whores or I'll buy guards. I'm just like, go get them.
Yeah, just
Go-
like I'm too busy.
Or if you hire the soldiers and send them into a pack of dudes,
The mercenary dudes?
You hire the mercenaries, then you just go around backstabbing everyone that they're fighting.
Yes.
It's awesome. You're just like, go distract those guys, and there's this full-fledged fight, and they're all sword fighting, whatever. I'm just going around like, yoink, yoink, fucking stab. Oh,
Well, see, about that though, like the combat is another thing that again I don't want to talk too badly about it, but it's just like the combat doesn't have much depth. I mean, you get to a point, it's just like block, counter, block, counter, block,
Yeah.
counter. I mean, like with the other stuff that you're talking about, it's cool because they give you other options to avoid combat. But at some point, I'm like, I'm killing 40 dudes the exact same way for the most part. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I mean, like they start to give you more advanced moves as you move on, where it's just like you can go to unarmed combat and take their sword away.
Yep.
You can actually throw dirt in their face.
Okay.
So like there is some variety if you want to switch it up. But I mean, like you said, if you don't want to, you can just take your sword out and you're just like block, counter, block, whatever.
And then what I do now is just like, are there whores? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there mercenaries? Okay.
Right.
I mean, like I have this hierarchy of
Yes.
of
Whores.
distractions. Whores are always
the
at the top.
the top of Yuzo's pyramid.
That's right. Distraction pyramid.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Whores. And then food.
Yes, somewhere around there. But shit, dude, it's just like they have that, and like we didn't even talk about the city building aspect.
Yeah, that's cool.
So like at some point in the game, you go back to your villa or your
uncle's
city,
villa.
and you can start basically buying new art stores, buying new doctors, like everything.
And
You build
then
everything up.
as you pay to improve the doctors or the armories, you get discounts on the stuff that you buy from them.
Yeah, it's like they took the Fable 2 thing.
It actually feels very Fable-ish because what happens is the more you build up the town, the more incomes it brings in.
Yeah.
So you go back and you empty out the chest of taxes or like whatever
Something, income.
Tourist money. Like a bunch of Americans are coming over and they'd be like, "Oh, the palazzo!" It's just like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, the whores!
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
whatever.
So you start to collect the money, so you want to keep improving the town. And when you're going around to other cities, you buy art, and it improves your town. Like everything improves your town.
It's a collectathon. This game is so
yes.
and that's why I think it's almost too much because like I want to do everything. I want to get every single painting. I want to get every single
And
codex
I am.
page.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, I mean, like, I'm going like OCD on this game. Because the thing is it's fun.
It is.
It's like
It is.
It has never once felt like work. Like I feel this kind of just sense of joy the entire time I'm exploring these towns. I love it.
It's just like, and we hated Assassin's
We hated the
Creed.
first one. I don't even
It's so
like.
bad.
It's almost like once I beat this one, I almost want to go back to the first one and compare and contrast because we had this visceral hatred of the first one. We're like, "Fuck this game! Like it's boring, it's
'Cause
repetitive,
it
whatever."
Sucked. It was
Yeah,
really. I mean,
it was
seriously,
garbage.
it was really bad.
So I almost want to try it again, just because like.
Would you play through it though? Would you play through it
No,
just to get the
probably
whole
not.
story and
Probably
all
not,
that?
but I just want to see like the improvements, But
Yeah, it's really good.
Buy this game right now.
And you know, the one thing I just want to comment to is just like, you know, Ubisoft, we've really gone on them. We basically like really complained about them because they've been taking a lot of our favorite genres, a lot of our games, and just dumbing them down.
Yes.
You look at Prince of Persia, you look at the original Assassin's Creed, a bunch of them, they basically dumb down every single component, so it's not interesting to more, you know, hardcore gamers like us.
Exactly.
But with something like Assassin's Creed, if you think about it, this game is going to sell like gargantuan because you take any person, show them how to free run, they're going to basically say, I'm a badass.
Yeah.
But it's still like more interesting for us because there's like races that are a little harder to do. There's all this
and
other
it's all
stuff.
optional. Like you can be as hardcore as you want. You can go off and be completionist. You can do the really hard missions. You can find all the tombs, or you can just be like, I'm just going to go where there's an exclamation mark
and do the story
and feel cool anyway
and kill some dude.
Yeah,
and like
Put
that's
it on
the thing.
easy mode, whatever.
Yeah, and it's just for me from coming from a developer's standpoint, it's just like I have a lot of respect for Ubisoft now. It seems like they finally figured out the formula to make it very accessible because you know that's what they want to do. They want to go after the Wii market. They want to make all these games that they have accessible, but it's still fun for us.
Exactly. I mean, like you look at this compared to like this game is the diametrical opposite of Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
it's just like Prince of Persia was just like a spoon-fed bullshit, you know, like half retarded version of a game.
Yeah,
and then this is like perfection. Like
it's really well done.
Is a shining jewel of tuning.
And it makes me sad because like you think Beyond Good and Evil 2. If they had learned if they had learned all of this stuff with Assassin's Creed, they were working on it, and they stopped.
Why? I want Beyond Good and Evil so bad.
And it could be this good.
It could be this good.
It could be. Please.
What's
his name? Peter. What's his name?
I'll suck your dick. Come on, Peter Molyneux. Like
no, not Molyneux.
Not Molyneux. The guy from Ubisoft.
Yeah, Guillemot or something like that.
Yeah,
French
that's
dude.
right.
But yeah, I mean, he's. Stop making Rabbids games. That's what he's doing.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, they probably make enough money on the Wii that they think that's worth doing. But yeah, just take all of your engineers that were on Assassin's Creed 2, put some of them on Assassin's
50.
Creed 3, and
they've already been working on it.
Yeah, they're already, and then put some on fucking Beyond Good and Evil 2. Please. Okay, so
cool.
Huge double, triple thumbs up.
Awesome. Probably my top 10 this year.
It is. Yeah, this game blows me away with its awesomeness.
Yes. The next game.
So Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles. So this is a on-rails shooter on the Wii.
Yes, in the same vein as Dead Space Extraction.
Right.
So you are going
the first Resident Evil that did this.
Yeah, you're right. Umbrella Chronicles.
Yes.
To me, it seems like this one's almost a little bit more advanced than because Umbrella Chronicles was almost it was like just a cut above Ghost Squad, right?
Right.
Ghost Squad's like arcadey, blah blah blah. This was like a little bit on top.
Yeah.
This one seems to have a lot more going for it as far as like depth, cutscenes, story, all sorts of stuff. Kind of looks like ass, but for the Wii, it looks good. But kind of looks like ass.
Yeah, it almost makes you wish that they'd done some sort of kind of cartoony, cell-shaded Resident Evil.
I know.
So it would look awesome. Like oh god, what was the one with the
Mad World? Oh no, No More Heroes.
Yeah, like a No More Heroes style.
Dude, do you know that they're gonna make No More Heroes on
360 and PS3?
Dude, it's gonna be good. Because we were looking at it, right?
Remake, or is it?
It's like a new game.
A new game.
So I don't. I actually don't know if it's gonna be the one that we saw on the Wii.
Right.
Ported to the 360.
That's what I'm wondering.
It's going to be a
just
different
No
game.
More Heroes 2, it's going to be on all three platforms, or if there's going to be like a
I should so somebody will correct us.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, No More Heroes coming to all the real platforms, so it'll look like a real game.
Yes,
I'm excited.
But Resident Evil kind of looks like crap, and I do wish. The thing is, like there's the only good light gun is on the PS3, right? On the two advanced consoles.
Yeah.
Because the Time Crisis, like you bought the Time Crisis gun. When's the last time you used it?
Oh, when I played Time Crisis 3.
How many years ago?
When I played and beat through Time Crisis 3, that was the last time I used that.
So it's just like, come on! Like, I really wish Capcom would do something.
Put real shooters on a real console. Yeah, I mean, like the Wii is just. It's easy because you get a pointer for free, right?
Yes.
I mean, but like so they don't have to make people buy the gun. They don't have to do all this stuff. You get it for free, but
you do have to buy a plastic. I mean, you don't have to, but if you buy a plastic gun, and like, let me tell you, if you guys are going to get this game, it makes a big difference.
It is nice.
Because I was doing this for a little while, and all of a sudden, just doing like this, and like, that, and like it makes a difference. Captain Zombies or whatever. I mean, it does make a difference from a feel.
Right.
But so what do you think about like the feel of this game? I mean,
for what it is, I think it's pretty good. Like I still have the same issue. I still don't like having my head in a vice where it's just shaking me around, and the thing is it's actually Well, I guess it's about as equally as noticeable for me as it was with Dead Space, because with Dead Space you had to get the accuracy to blow off their limbs.
Yeah.
In this one, you're trying to get fucking headshots. So like, shoot the head, shoot the head.
Like move the
And
camera.
The screen is shaking. I'm like, bitch, I cannot shoot the head if you keep moving. So I mean, occasionally they'll finally stand still. I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun.
Kinda, yeah.
And the cinematic element of it was enjoyable to me. Like, I thought that it was kind of cool that they dragged you along for a story, and there was suspense, and you were getting chased, and things were like punching through windows, whatever.
I think you're Leon and Krauser, and then there's another. So you start
be the
with Claire.
girl. So each chapter you can kind of pick which character you are.
Yeah, so I mean, for Resident Evil fans, I could see it being very good. To me, it's just like if I had to compare, it's like I want to compare it to Dead Space Extraction. Dead Space is better.
You think?
I mean, cinematically, it's better.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I think, personally, as much as I play, I don't think Dead Space moves the camera as much. Like, for when I was playing Resident Evil, I'm like, I was getting annoyed. I didn't get annoyed with Dead Space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was just like, because he would actually, like, there's this one, like, the very first mission, he would jump up on a house, look down, look over, jump. He'd basically, like, be just jackrabbiting all over the house. And it just got really old.
There were parts where I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to shoot until you hold still. So it's just like he'd glance over there, be zombies. He'd glance over there, be zombies. He'd glance over there, and I'm just like, fuck you. And then finally he'd be like, oh, they're coming at me. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to shoot you.
Gotcha.
So I mean, there were parts where I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is, like, I like the cinematic experience.
It's well done.
But the head shaking stuff, man, it's just like, if you compare it, like, you've got the you're on rails version, and then you've got the Time Crisis version where you're in a fixed area, you can pop up and shoot. And
you're right. Time Crisis, whenever it does move viewpoint, it like moves viewpoint, and then you can start shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're right.
You always have a fixed screen in Time Crisis,
right.
which is to me a lot more skill based.
So why? I mean, both Dead Space and why do they all of a sudden think that this is a good thing? Because it's basically like Area 51. It's like that era of shooters back in the day. Like Aerosmith, I think, had that issue, and a bunch of other ones where like you go back in the day, like Operation Wolf. You remember like those old gun games? Like it's like scroll. Right. So.
I don't know why. I mean, like I think that as a game designer, this gives you more control in terms of storytelling. But as a game player, it just kind of annoys the piss out of me half the time. It's just like I just want them to stay still,
Yeah.
So, and also, so I would say that all of the storytelling stuff was, while kind of annoying with the head shaking stuff, the thing that really set me off was I thought the boss battles were bullshit.
They were really annoying.
They were bullshit. Like there was a swamp monster which was okay. Then you start getting this golem dude. There's this hugely powerful golem dude chasing you through the building, and I was just like, this is not fun. This is not fun. It just keeps swinging at you, and you're just, you're supposed to tag his hand or tag his face
and all this.
Yeah,
so it's just like, yeah. So I mean,
I think you're right. I think this was better than Umbrella Chronicles for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I think Dead Space,
and it's still a decent shooter. So like to me, like
I would rent it.
I'd say like thumbs up rental. I mean, for the most part,
don't
but
buy
it's just
it. Do not buy it. It's not worth buying.
I would even possibly recommend if you're going to buy a game, buy Dead Space first and then rent this one or whatever, right? Because I mean, Dead Space is like
I still think you should rent Dead Space. Like I would not give Dead Space a buy.
Yeah, I think I gave it a rent too, actually.
Yeah.
But so it's too bad. I hope they put up the fidelity a bit, lock down the camera. Put it on a next gen system. I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, like
I love gun games.
I do too. I am obsessed with gun games. I've beaten Time Crisis 1, 2, 3, and 4 like 10 times.
House
each.
of the Dead. I don't even know how many times in the arcades.
I love them, but I don't like this new genre of head in a vice. Like it makes me so angry.
Did you like House of the Dead Overkill? That had some of it, but it wasn't that bad.
That was better. Like basically, House of the Dead Overkill, from what I remember, a lot of times you'd be walking at a steady pace.
Yeah, it was
like yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, you'd be walking down a street. Like I remember House of the Dead Overkill. I enjoyed more than this.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. I actually played a surprisingly large amount of House of the Dead Overkill.
Really?
Like,
I stopped after like 2 episodes. I'm like, I guess I told you I got to the style more than anything else.
I thought it was pretty fun actually. So anyway, I'd say
rental.
Give this a rental. But my thing is, with Assassin's Creed out, why would you possibly be playing Resident? Why
Assassin's Creed, Modern Warfare, Dragon Age, Left 4 Dead 2,
Borderlands.
Yeah. We can keep going back. There are many better games to play, but if you only own a Wii,
there's fuck all to play.
New Super Mario Brothers, but only if you have friends, right? I mean, seriously, like Wii's actually kind of weak.
It is
this Christmas season.
Yeah. There's one. Wasn't there one more big game coming out?
Well, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles.
Yes.
So we're
Crystal
excited
Chronicles.
about that.
I'm excited about. Yeah, for sure.
So, Whoop, whoop. That would be it. Actually,
it.
yeah, only two games, but I think big games, meaty
Yeah.
games. So we've been playing Assassin's Creed a hell of a lot.
Exactly. That's the thing is this week and the next couple of weeks there's not that much coming out.
Yeah.
This week there really wasn't much. Like we need to get into you and I actually both just picked up the God of War collection.
Yes, we got to do that, and also Left 4 Dead 2. I'll probably play. 2. I'm not sure if, but I'll be playing that over Thanksgiving break.
Yep.
So we'll talk about those. But there isn't much next week, dude. It's coming out this week.
There really isn't. I mean, like we're going to come back and review the stuff that we're playing. But I mean, if you look at what is actually being released. It's horrifying.
Sucks.
It's horrifying. I mean, there's games that seriously, like, we like to research our games before we talk about them. We're like, okay, here's a list of games coming out. Let's go take a look at what the game's all about. There are games coming out that are such shovelware that if you go and look on like IGN or game trailers or something, they're not even there. There was some
Chicken
fucking
Riot.
Yeah, Chicken Riot. We were like shooting chickens on the Wii.
There was some yoga game, maybe 2 yoga games on the Wii.
Yeah, and there was some sports shit that we don't care about.
Madden Arcade, probably.
Don't
Don't care. We're not going to talk about any of those.
Tekken 6 on the PC.
We already talked about Tekken 6.
So there's basically, I mean, like there is dick all to play. The only good thing coming out next week is the Borderlands DLC.
Yeah, so it's the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned.
Yes.
So so I have some reservations. I think it's kind of expensive, if I recall correctly, $10 for about 4 to 6 hours of gameplay. That's actually not that bad.
It's not
right. A movie is too.
Yeah. Because I mean, the thing is this is the kind of thing that people would be charging 1,200 points, 1,500 points for.
Yeah.
Like I think 800 is actually a reasonable. They're not going to charge
for
400,
4 hours,
right? Like. I mean that's.
It would be nice.
It would be nice.
You know what I mean? It would be really nice because that is an impulse buy.
Yes,
$10 is like. Yeah. Let me finish Borderlands first.
Right. Yeah.
Right? If it was $5, I mean, let me buy it so I can do it in addition to all the other stuff.
But I'm definitely excited about hopping into a zombie island with the rest of the NooBToobers.
Yes.
Because
there's fat loot, dude.
Nice.
Like better weapons,
dude. Borderlands 4-person co-op is so fun. It is so friggin' fun. Like I can't wait to get into this. I mean, because the thing is, this is a good excuse for me to get back into Borderlands, which I've been neglecting for Assassin's Creed 2.
Do you think you'll buy the thing first and then try to go through it as part of the regular story?
I think so.
Because they said,
how does it work?
So the way it's said is you buy it and it opens up an area or something like that, and then it will the enemies will scale to your level if you're over level 10.
Which we are, obviously.
Yeah, so then basically you can go do it anytime.
We can just go do it. Yeah.
Yeah, we can just buy it and do it. So we might
just hop in and do it. I mean, like if we like before we were playing with who were playing with Locke.
Locke, HP, Draco Master, a bunch of other people.
Played with a bunch of people,
which is really good. So
I want to hop back in and play with you guys because
and you can play again. That's the cool thing. I mean, you keep on playing, you keep getting experience. Yes. So you want to get to 50.
The other one that you put on here,
I think because you told me to.
I did not want to. I did no such thing.
I'm just saying. You were saying Team Edward and some other random stuff, sparkling vampires.
There's a fucking seen it like the trivia game where
it's pretty good.
It's like a 4-person buzzer game. It's like a party game, but it's just Twilight themed.
And the thing is, right? If it's just Twilight themed, do you seriously think there's anything from the new movie that's supposed to come out? There's probably the old movie, one movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Aren't they books though? I think that they're books. I think that Twilight might be.
No, but it's seen it, so they're only going to show like clips and shit, right?
So it's just the first.
I don't even know why we're discussing.
Why are we talking about this?
But anyhow, it was a joke. This is how bad next week is.
Yeah, it's true.
And
Twilight makes me so fucking angry. Do you know when we were growing up, vampires were badasses?
Yeah.
Do you understand this? In Bram Stoker's Dracula was scary, and he was fucked up.
He was Gary Oldman, and Gary Oldman's really scary.
He had hot, redheaded, topless bitches.
Oh, yeah. Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder was there. There's some redheaded girl with her boobies hanging out.
I don't care.
Even know. The point is vampires used to be scary. They would they would turn into gas and fly under your fucking door. They'd be bats.
To be fair, Tom Cruise was a vampire.
All right. All right. Fair enough.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. I didn't mean to go there, but
Brad Pitt and Antonio Banderas. But the books were good. The books were good.
Yeah, Bram Stoker back was good.
The movies, little.
So stop making vampires emo.
Stop making them emo, for fuck's sake. I think I've heard something like the vampires are like vegetarian in Twilight.
No bullshit. They won't have sex. I mean, seriously, God. Dude, you want vampires? Watch True Blood. Watch like some other stuff. That's better.
Even still, those vampires in True Blood are still kind of sensitive, dude. They're just like mopey and looking into
just that one guy. The other guy there's some badass.
There are some badasses.
So anyhow,
right, so keep vampires badass. NooBTooB says, for the love of God, make some vampires that beat dudes up and don't cry.
Yes, like Kiefer Sutherland. That is a perfect
He
vampire.
just messes shit up. That's all he did. Kiefer Sutherland will just bite your girlfriend and spit in your face.
Awesome.
So that's our new releases on that point.
Right. So you're gonna play Twilight, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bite your neck. So we got some donations this week.
That's right. We got, thank you very much for Texicus. He did a very generous donation for the second time.
Second time this year. He gave us a big donation back in April. He gave us another one now. He actually said that he wanted us to spend it on absinthe. Which I think would actually be funny just to watch you get fucked up on absinthe.
I gotta drive home.
I know. But
is that you have to actually? So absinthe is the one that you pour over sugar into.
And you light it on fire. You actually pour it over the sugar cube, light it on fire, and then pour in.
And that was also illegal for a very long time.
For a long time.
Wormswood. It's a scary liquor.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I have
get some.
I've tasted it once, and maybe it was bad, but it tasted like shit.
It tastes like licorice ass.
I hate licorice. So yeah,
You're never gonna like absinthe,
maybe we have good. Maybe we have good licorice.
Maybe I'll just get all fucked up on absinthe and then just rant and rave for an entire episode, which would not be that different from now.
That's right, because we have a wine instead.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much.
Texicus, thank you very much. Like we've said many times, all the donations you guys give us go towards our web hosting. They go towards buying us booze, the games that we review.
Yeah, we've been spending a lot of money on games to review. Lots.
Our bank account is empty. So Texicus and the rest of you guys that give donations, we really, really appreciate that you keep us running.
Yes, and we'll be giving away all the games eventually. So.
Absolutely. Right. And then, so next up is the...
I love the winner of this week. So thank you very much, Woogie Monster, for putting this together. Every week we have soup number 78.
Yes.
And the winner is... ...
Ellipsis. So this kind of came back to the
by
reference.
MailToad, by the way.
Yeah, by MailToad. Very well done. So like we were joking about fucking. Actually, what was it? It was
the final. No. It was the Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. That's
where
right.
it was like every other thing was so and so.
Yeah. Roxas. Fucking Roxas doesn't say anything but ... So we were joking about the fact that Square Enix, all their dialogue, everything they say, half the dialogue is ...
I bet you like half the dialogue on Twilight. It's just like so. Like,
yeah, and like sensitive soundtrack, right? It's just gonna be like
acoustic guitar,
mopey, just like thinking while Taylor Swift.
Swift. Oh, dude, what's her face is in it? Shit. Oh,
Rihanna.
Dakota Fanning's in
Dakota Fanning.
She's like 15 now. It's just like I looked at her and I had just seen like a few days ago. Like I saw snippets of Cat in the Hat. She was like 4. And I'm looking at her.
We're getting old so fast.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyhow.
And now she's getting fucked up by emo vampires.
Pretty much.
So the world is a weird place.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for submitting your shoops. Every week, Yuzo makes really stupid faces, and you guys Photoshop them.
And Tobin makes random... It gives you a lot of inspiration for ideas.
Yes.
Like Pimp Tobin was pretty funny.
Pimp Tobin was awesome. I appreciate that. So thank you guys for the shoops.
Yes.
So...
each week we like to feature the NooBTooB Army on the show. If you have a burning question, funny story, or whatever, please call in.
Yep. You can contact us toll-free at 888-233-8480 or send your video or audio files to feedback@NooBTooB.com. Also make them a response on YouTube.
Yes, and please keep all videos under a minute if you want to be featured on the show.
And don't forget the yow.
Yo.
And say your name clearly. So,
yes.
First up is Dejonsta.
What's up, NooBTooB? It's Dejonsta here. And I was just calling to tell you guys, in case you hadn't heard yet, that Tony Hawk Ride is getting a sequel. In fact, many sequels. They have announced they're going to continue making games with this peripheral. They might even make snowboarding games with it. But what I don't understand is that this game scored a 56 out of 100 based on Metacritic rankings. When in holy hell does a game that scores a 56 out of 100 deserve sequels? I don't even think it should have been on store shelves if it's that bad. Tony Hawk in an interview was quoted as saying, "I think that there are certain ways to play the game that we could definitely improve on in a sequel, especially the way that you transition from the vert mode to the street mode." Well, the problem, Tony Hawk, was not how you transitioned from one world to the next. It was that the board was a piece of crap. Yow.
It kind of makes me want to play the game now to see how bad it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, I kind of want to play it in a store.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
absolutely. I'm not going to buy it, or somebody bought it because they're dumb.
Yeah,
and then let me play
exactly.
it. Basically.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Like all the videos that I watch, seriously, just look like a recipe for pain. Like all these guys, like, oh, I'm going to do a 720 jump on plastic piece of crap in
a lot of dead pets, I can imagine happening at some point. But yeah, no, it's just like, the thing is, the reason why a game like this gets sequels is because Activision, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've said it again, we said it before, I mean...
Well, not only that, but I mean, like, you think about the fact that they've put this R&D into this peripheral, like, they've built this peripheral, and now it's out there, and it's just kind of like what we said with the light gun. It's, I mean... Well, that's a bad example because what they did is they fucking abandoned it. But
it made 5 light guns, right?
As the owner of one of those light guns, I kind of wish that they'd put more games on it. So, I mean, like, they're going to do the same thing with this skateboard. It's like they could. But it doesn't matter how badly this game does. They're still just going to ship more garbage on that board because it's out there, right?
But I mean, sure, if it's out there, but it has to have an install base. I mean, that's the big problem with peripherals in general, right? It's just like you look at the old stories of like the Sega 32X or all this other stuff. When you start having to rely on peripherals, like. It's a bad time, but it's just like for some reason when Wii Fit came out, it sold like gangbusters. Guitar Hero, there's these success stories now.
I really think that there was like this kind of newness where now my closet is full, and it's going to take a lot more. I mean, so we actually had a really insightful comment about this on YouTube. In the comments, someone's just like, "Hey, with all this stuff coming out, your TV is going to have a Wii sensor bar, a camera for your Xbox 360, and a camera for your PS3. Like, how do you feel about that?" And I was like, I'm not all that happy about it, honestly.
I know.
Like, that's a bunch of shit on my TV. So
that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have 2 cameras and a light bar on top of your fucking TV.
I mean, at the very least, they're small, because I'd be more worried about the big pieces of plastic. Like, if I have a Rock Band guitar,
but imagine the wiring and stuff. I mean, like, it's just a bunch of garbage. Like, it's good that it's coming out. We're happy that they're doing all this innovation, but you do start to get to this troublesome era where your house is full of shit.
But you know,
you got your Wii board and your
dude,
skateboard.
Wait a minute, dude. You have a fucking popping controller that's this big.
I do. And it's in my closet.
And you're complaining about too much shit. Wait a minute.
I am guilty of buying this stuff. I'm not going to lie, but I mean, it's just,
And we are going to buy everything that comes out, obviously. Just
not buying the Tony Hawk thing.
No, sorry. So, like all the cameras and all this other stuff.
Oh, of course. We're buying the towel the day it comes out.
But... yeah, no, it's a good point. I think Activision sucks because they're going after this whole idea of peripherals now.
Yeah.
They did it with that. At some point, it's going to bite them in the ass. I think it's already biting them in the ass with DJ Hero, because DJ Hero didn't even show up, dude.
Didn't even show up on the sales
list.
rankings. So I mean, we're getting blowback now where people are really kind of like, as you can hear from this voicemail, people are starting to rebel against the glut because. For one thing, you don't want to pay $150 for every game you buy because it's like, oh, game plus fucking ukulele, like
plastic ukulele.
Yeah, it's just like I don't want to have all this stuff anymore. And you look at our review for Assassin's Creed 2, game no peripherals. It was beautiful and it was fun to play. Like,
I just need a controller, which I already have 2 of.
Exactly.
You know what I think it is? Like the whole backlash. It's the wife acceptance factor. Basically, all the geeks out there have bought so much crap that wives are like.
Yeah.
No.
Your closet's full. You're like, well, can I put it in your coat closet? No.
Your shoe closet?
Your shoe closet? No. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my guess.
Okay, so next up, we have a video from Digital Love, which is some NooBToobers that it's Cybermousy
and the new soon-to-be Mrs.
Cybermousy. So they have a comment about Eat Lead. I'm sure they're going to support me completely.
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Hello, I'm Mousy.
And I'm CK.
And we're from Hitomi the Digital Love with our short review on Eat Lead. I have to agree with Tobin. This game is the shit! For about 2 minutes. I find this game completely unplayable at any difficulty, even easy. Screw this game, screw it all to hell. You?
Well, I agree with Tobin that the comedy is there. I love that part. But ultimately, I gotta go with Yuzo because it is unplayable. I got stuck way before you did. So, yeah. Eat Lead is shit.
Yeah, the comedy isn't enough to save it. Fuck this game. Fuck anybody that buys it. Burn this shit. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Look for a video of me probably burning this goddamn thing because that'll probably be the only way I'll get my $20 worth on this game. So, once again, fuck this game. And, we're out.
Yeah.
Yo.
That's right.
Just because you have a video camera doesn't make you right.
I'm just saying, you got 2 people there now. I'm definitely winning by like 8 or 9 people.
No, you are not. There were so many people that called in saying Eat Lead was awesome.
Sure.
I mean, you know what? I'm happy being in the correct minority.
You know what's going to be awesome? It's going to be hilarious. Like, I'm going to like the next Elite, and you're going to hate it.
I know. It's true. It's true. Well, because they're doing like what wasn't it 2D or something?
Yeah, they're doing a 2D side scroller.
Yeah.
So
that would be pretty funny, actually, if I was just like, "Fuck this game!" You're like, "It was so awesome! I love the Ethernet platforming." Yeah. So you guys are wrong, and don't ever call the fucking show again. I will delete your voicemails. So,
and I will protect them.
That's
right.
So next up is Gossicus.
Good evening, NooBTooB. This is Gossicus. It's Gausicus, by the way. Just wanted to say that I managed to get my hands on a copy of Grim Fandango. It is the freaking shit. My brother's been playing it, I've been watching it, and it is just, the voice acting, the music, it is perfect. It is so great. I wish I had a copy. I might have to download it illegally, so please, God, forgive me. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, and yow.
Bad Gossicus! Bad!
So we were gonna go on a big rant about how you need to pay the developers for this game.
But then we actually tried to...
So we went and tried to buy it, because, I mean, we already own copies at home.
Yes. I've actually played multiple copies because from losing them. And
you should eBay that shit, because... So now Grim Fandango is going for $95 on Amazon. Because... you can't buy it.
Yeah, we looked on Steam, Direct Download, a bunch of other good old games, a bunch of other places. It's not available.
It's not available, which sucks. Like they're putting The Longest Journey. They're putting
The Dig's already out on a bunch of places.
Out there. Psychonauts is out there. So all these really good games are available for purchase. People want them. We've been singing the praises of Grim Fandango for years. So come on now, put that shit out there for people to buy.
It's just like, if you've already LucasArts, if you already have done all the other games and a bunch of games are already on there, how hard is it to do the rest of your oeuvre, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't even find it in a collection, because you can get collections of Loom and some of the old original, Monkey Islands and all that stuff. You can't get it, and you cannot get Grim Fandango.
Isn't that weird? I mean, and Grim Fandango in my book is like the cream of the crop. I mean, like it is
Sam and
really,
Max.
Yeah, I mean, you like Sam and Max, but I mean, like I do too.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I mean, like Grim Fandango. I still have a skull in my car hanging from the rear view that I call Manny Calavera.
Really?
Like that game has
Did you move it to your new car?
Not yet, but I will. I'll move it to my new car. But I mean, like, it's just one of those things that just, like, I'll get in my car. I'm just like, Manny, I was born to drive, because I'm fucking Glottis, So it's just like,
it's sad.
It's sad that we can't get these games, and it's just another cash cow.
And
like, they could just get free money.
It's like, we're obviously not. We don't recommend piracy or anything like that.
No.
But it's just like, I'm not going to tell anybody to spend $100 on a game, but I want them to play this game.
Right.
So.
I mean, like, as long as the game is not available for purchase from the distributors, I don't feel guilty if you go and grab a copy illegally.
Provided you buy one the moment it gets available.
Exactly. I mean, like, when that comes out, you owe them some money. Like, if you enjoy it, you owe them some money. But if they're not going to let you buy it from them, then I'm kind of in the fuck them category. Like, you made a great game, let people buy it. Otherwise, they're going to go download it. So.
Exactly.
But yes, Grim Fandango does kick total ass.
It's a really good game. I should finish it.
You what? You son
I got
of
2
a
discs in.
Bitch.
You know me. All right.
Yeah, I do. All right, so next up, Unknown. We don't know your name because you didn't tell us.
Hey, guys. The MPD sales are up for October, and I was checking it out, and I kind of agreed with you about Brutal Legend. I liked it a little bit, but compared to Tim Schafer's other games, it's just not as good. But Brutal Legend wasn't on the top 10 selling games list. Even though it wasn't that great, it was still marketed like crazy. What do you think it's going to take for Tim Schafer to get a financially successful game? I mean, I can't believe he didn't even make the top 10. What's going on with this world? Can't even sell it. I'm disappointed. They have made me sad.
Yeah. Not even made the top 10. I don't think it should have, personally. But
So his question was, what would Tim Schafer have to do to get a financially successful game? I would say, make a better game.
But he did.
He did.
Has.
That's
He has
true.
made better games.
That's true.
That's the thing. To me, here's what I think. I think Tim Schafer is like one of those auteurs who's an amazing successful in a critical way,
right?
But will never make a blockbuster success.
Yeah,
it's
because
sad,
I mean,
but
the thing is, he's made a million really good games that didn't sell that well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Monkey Island and Grim Fandango did okay.
They did well for the industry.
For the industry,
So,
Psychonauts did not.
No, it didn't really
did not
really.
sell very well. And then Brutal Legend, he kind of went for the more mainstream stuff, like. He didn't do the usual Tim Schafer stuff. It wasn't quirky. It wasn't,
he got
all
Jack
this,
Black to do.
He went for the more mainstream audience, and he still didn't sell any games. So,
I think
what I figure is, as long as you're losing money, why don't you do it with a good game?
Well, personally, I think timing-wise, this year was really bad because you were going if you imagine this year has been really one of the best years for games.
It has been
Seriously,
unbelievable,
really
unbelievable
good.
for games.
You're going up against Borderlands. You're going against Dragon Age Origins. You're going up against a lot of these big games.
Do you realize in a month and a half we have to do a best of 2009 episode?
I can't do it.
It's going to be gut wrenching.
I
don't even know.
Where's Borderlands go?
I don't know.
Think about it. You have compared to Uncharted. Right?
Shut up.
If you had to make a top 3, I'm like, I don't know what I would.
All right, so we're doing the NooBTooB top 20 this year. Because there's some awesome goddamn games out there.
Yeah, and it's been a good year.
It's getting harder, too, because the thing is we have to do, best on consoles, and then so many games are multi-platform now that it's where do you judge them?
Well, so right now, a lot of the mods are doing a lot of the planning for the boards again, so we're going to try to get some sync up. It's just let us know maybe in the YouTube comments, let us know what makes sense. Should we do one per console? Should we do one multi-platform?
Right.
Just I don't know what, we do it one way and everybody complains. So
it's hard to figure out how to do it. So, I mean, we'll figure that out as we get closer to December. But, I mean, it's, you got a lot of competition. I honestly... I don't have that much.
Year,
I don't have that much pity for Brutal Legend because we didn't like it at all. So
I think this year might have been better than last year, dude.
I think so. I think every year is getting better, and the thing is, the number of good games that got pushed to 2010. That's gonna be a good year too. So this is the time to be a gamer, son. This is awesome, and it's horribly expensive, but it's awesome.
It's a very hard time to be a gaming podcaster, unfortunately.
Yeah. So next up is Mohammed. We asked you guys to send in your experiences gaming in other countries, and we've gotten a couple. This is a good one.
Did we already get one from Middle East somewhere? I forget. This is a little different.
I think that we got a short one where they just basically showed us a picture, but they didn't.
That's right.
So this is actually first-hand experience from the Middle East. So here we go.
Hey guys, I'm not on the forums yet. My name is Mohammed. I just wanted to let you know gaming in other countries. I'm actually from Saudi Arabia, and in Saudi Arabia, you can't play Pokemon. It's against the law because it brainwashes kids' minds. So for my cousins, I actually have to bring them Pokemon games from America, and I have to buy them the DS for America and everything. So what do you guys think about that? Yeah.
I was actually kind of skeptical.
You were like bullshit. We heard that voicemail. You're like,
whatever.
Bullshit, Google. Holy crap.
In 2001.
Holy crap.
Outlawed.
So they outlawed it, and if you go, seriously, if you want a good laugh, go read
Actually,
this.
it's the first link. I think if you do Saudi Arabia Pokemon.
Yeah, go and check this out because it's hilarious. They're like, there's a star in the game which we think is the Star of David. So it's obviously
Zionist.
It's Zionist. It's encouraging Judaism. They're like, there are triangles in the game because triangles are used by Freemasons. Freemasons who were eliminated in the 2nd century AD. So they're worried about an 1,800-year-old group of conspirators that has been eliminated.
Influencing their kids.
Oh my God.
Dude, I wonder if they'll last Assassin's Creed. I mean, there's all sorts of Templars and Freemasons.
But you are killing Templars. If you throw in some dead Jews... then it'll be subsidized in Saudi Arabia.
It'll be curriculum for the schools. Here we go, Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh my God.
Kill your enemy. I mean...
God damn it. Religion and gaming do not mix. They should not be tied together. Just go play.
Pokemon! I mean, Pikachu. You look at it's like Pikachu. How?
Of all the most innocent things in the whole world, yes, seriously.
I mean, granted, it is addictive.
Yeah, it is addictive.
And kids are going to want to spend a lot of money. So I could understand if I was a poor parent.
But it's probably not a Zionist plot.
Probably not.
I'm just going to go out
the
on
Japanese, you never know. They might have been.
True.
It might have been the fad. back in the Zionist plots were like in Shinjuku. You know,
I didn't even think about that. How many Jewish Japanese people are there? Like this many, I think. There's exactly this many. Wow. Yeah. So that is dumb.
And we feel sorry for you guys, but it's good that you're providing your Underground Railroad of Pokemon.
Because
to
it's probably
your
safer to have someone bring that to you than to mail order it. Because I've heard that Saudi Arabia is rather restrictive. They might find that in your mail. So be careful about shipping stuff into countries where it's outlawed, because we may joke about it.
But it's serious shit.
But yeah, I mean, like, there's countries where, women get arrested for wearing pants, which happened in the news this week.
Oh, shit.
I shit
Where?
you not. I don't remember. I'll have to look. It was like Dubai or something. I don't remember where it was. But she got arrested for wearing pants.
For wearing them or bringing them in?
You can't wear pants as a woman. You have to wear the burqa.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so be careful, kids. Countries will fuck you up.
Yes.
So come to the United States. So
or Canada.
Or Canada.
That's our show. All right, that's our show for the week. Please check out our website at NooBTooB.com and participate in the community by clicking on the community tab at the top of the page.
Hell yeah! And if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscription button right over there. Click it. Also, rate this video with 5 stars by clicking over in my general ballish direction. That is all for this episode. I am Tobin Kozire.
And I'm Yuzo Watanabe. Audio engineering is done by Range Love Actually Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
We're out. Yeah. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hello and welcome back. This is episode.
It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard because it's easy to go from Italian to vampire.
Blah.
Ah, fuck it. I don't care.
You'll do it. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Hello.